Welcome to
Bookmates
with Shelley
and Yvonne.
Bear with us. We are going to try to figure all of this out as we go.
This is our first one, so we're super excited to be here with you guys.
So we're going to talk a little bit about just why we are creating this podcast, why we created Bookmates, and what we plan on doing with it.
Yes, it's going to be super exciting. We're going to take you guys along with us in our journey. So, yeah, I hope that you guys have the best time like we usually do every single day.
And how this came about is because Yvonne and I obviously love reading. We have been buddy reading for a while now.
Yes, a couple of years.
And we send each other anywhere between 3 to 7
voice memos.
3 to 7 minute voice memos daily.
Exactly.
Discussing what we're reading.
Everything.
And it was your husband.
Yep.
Who suggested y'all should totally make this into a podcast.
Because my mornings will be, I wake up the kids, I start doing everything, and then the first thing I grab is my phone, and I start recording for Shelley, and then by the time I'm sending it to her, she's already sent me back one, so everybody knows, I'm like, Mommy is listening to one of Miss Shelley's mini voice memo podcasts that we're having all the time.
And that was it. Some of them were so long.
Yeah.
It's like a mini podcast. I think our longest was 7.
Yes.
And we usually cut it off and we're like, okay, sorry about this.
But it's followed by another one 5 or 6 minutes long. So yeah.
Yeah. So going forward, each episode will be a little bit different. We'll discuss the books that we're reading together, but then Yvonne and I have different interests too as far as the genres that we like. So I'll interview Yvonne for a book that she's reading solo. She'll interview me. And
I think that's part of the beauty and how all of this just flows and works so much is because this brings us joy. We're both moms. We have a lot of things going on in our lives, but we have decided to carve some time for something that brings us joy. Mm-hmm. And I don't know for you, but for me, it has helped me tremendously. It's something that I look forward to, and it has opened also a lot of other conversations and deep, meaningful conversations, because nowadays people are on the go all the time. Mm-hmm. Nobody stops anymore to talk about things, and for me that's something that it's very important. So you're gonna laugh a lot with us, probably cry maybe 1 or twice, but you're gonna have a good time.
People,
yes,
so
very passionate.
Yes. So getting to so one thing that we have in common as far as the books that we enjoy, I think, tell me if I'm wrong, mm-hmm. but I feel like it's fantasy, more specific, romantasy.
Yes.
That's our common denominator.
That's what we have bonded over the most, you know? We both enjoy it, and we both, we get very excited, and it's hard to find someone that understands your obsession on books and characters, and that doesn't judge you on those, at least on the romantasy part. You guys will know later. But yeah, we love that genre.
Yeah. Well, and I think it goes back to when you were a kid.
Yes.
Did you like reading fantasy?
Yes, that was my go-to all the time. Yeah.
See, I didn't go into that until way later.
Okay.
I liked romance.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess then Twilight came around, and that, I guess, would be a more of a, it's YA. I wouldn't say it was a romantasy, but it had fantasy and it had romance in it. And I think that was when I started kind of dabbling into that.
Yeah, and I think maybe for you, that was your entryway.
Yeah.
Because it was, even though it was fantasy, it was, quote unquote, real life,
Yeah.
The more, but yeah, since I was little, I I always gravitated towards like a lot of fantasy books, and I would just, I liked it because I could check out and just, just go and I'm a very imaginative person, so it also, I just like the option that it gives me to picture the things in my head in a different way. It doesn't matter how the authors always describe someone, but I always have my go-to people, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I liked it more, like you said, like as an adult, and especially when things got heavy.
Yes.
Like in life, things are going to get heavy, and this is a complete escapism.
Yes.
Because obviously we don't live in a world with wyverns and dragons.
Exactly.
And vampires and whatever
We
else.
wish, and fae warriors and all of that.
So
yeah.
I think it is a true escapism.
Yes.
And it's so fun, and it's so fun to have somebody to chat with about.
Yeah.
So
And dork about it too.
We completely nerd out.
Yeah.
So
1,000%.
yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. So that's what you can expect from us.
Yes.
And we hope you stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay. On to the next.